So before we start today's vlog, I'd just like to say a big thanks to the response that we got from our live question mark vlog that we posted last week. We had a great response from all our subscribers whether in fact we should go live. There was a bit of a debate about that, or whether we should make a question and answer style vlog. On the whole, everybody just wants to get to know us a bit more, which is really nice. We'd love to share a bit more of our past with you all. And you also came at us with lots of questions regarding market gardening, permaculture design, and how we live our life here at Tappernell Farm. So I think we're pretty good for questions. We got a lot in the comments. I think what we've decided on is a question and answer style vlog. We'll choose our favourite questions. We'll let you know if we're going to be featuring your question, and watch this space. We'll be posting that up here soon. Good morning, folks. It's a nice sunny day here in Aberdeenshire. Got a bit of a market garden day ahead of us today to start the week, and we always try and do a couple of dedicated market garden days just to keep on top of the weeding and seeing what crops need attended to. Just looking in the polytunnel here, everything looks pretty fine in here. The fennel's shooting up now. Set that out not too long ago. It was pretty yellowing at that point because we'd left it in their cells a bit too long, but they've definitely perked up, which is great. Plenty of French beans still. We'll be picking them in a few days for the veg box. Courgettes still not as great as I'd hoped. Still getting a bit of end rot. So maybe we'll give them a feed with some whey again, because that seemed to work. So yeah, today is mostly about getting the top of plot 1 kind of worked on a bit. Took the last crop of turnips out of the bed up there, so there's quite a lot of bolted turnips that we need to take out and take to either the goats or the hen run. We're going to be pulling out the peas because they're done, the notorious purple peas. We've had enough of them. So we gave our members some really good shelling peas last week. We're going to keep one row to dry for ourselves to have as dried peas, and then we're taking out the old plants and they'll go to the hen run. So yeah, plot 1, top of plot 1, we have this bed of turnips to deal with, or ex-bed of turnips. I'm going to be seriously weeding and tilling one of these beds and preparing it for salad sowing, so that we keep our successions of salads on the go. Need to pick more blackcurrants. And then, considering we've got some nice sunshine today, I think we're going to be pulling up the garlic. It's definitely ready. It's not the best of crops at all. It's been such poor weather, but I'd say it's ready to pull up. With this weather we can put it up, leave it on the ground for the day just to dry off a bit, and then we're going to take it to the polytunnel. And we've got the transplant tables in there, which are very underused at the moment, and we can dry or cure the garlic on that rack. Yeah, so we get pulling this garlic, I think. What are we doing now, Rosa?
We're clearing some much needed... we're giving attention to some much needed... No, we're giving some much needed attention to some beds. Our kind of salad and salad veg plot. It's bolting, it's messy, get ready for it. It's a horrible, ugly part. We're going to make it nice.
Right, this is just nothing here.
Oh, what?
This is my worry about the salad, that we're going to have a month of no salad. Okay, we've come up to plot 1 and it's a lot worse up here than we thought, so we've had a complete rejig of the work that we're going to do. There's just so many weeds in this plot. It's quite a lot of weed pressure here. So we're going to clean all of this plot up, all of this old bolted salad here. We've got the turnips that we pulled up last week, We've got a bed here which has been empty for a couple of weeks. We finished harvesting the lettuces here, so we'll clean all of this up and we're going to cover it with a silage sheet and just let nature do its work at weeding for us. What we needed to do here was sow another round of turnip, sow another round of radish, and we've got a couple of beds that we can do that in over in one of our brassica rotations, which makes sense. And then with regards to the salad, we're going to go down to the legume plot and pull out the old peas and the old broad beans which have been harvested now. So we're going to crop them out and we'll prepare the soil and we'll do a salad sowing there. The weed pressure should be relatively low there because both the peas and the broad beans were grown through landscape fabric. So it shouldn't be too weedy and should be great for doing our direct seeded salad crops.
If we had wanted to use these beds again, then we would have had to till a lot. Whereas the 2 beds we've got over in plot 2 have been covered since last year. So they're going to be in a really nice state. And so they won't need as much working of the soil, so it'll be gentler on the soil here to just cover these over and leave them now for the rest of the year. So that's really what we want to do, because often we are thinking about the long term, even though we have to kind of do the short term gain thing with the veg box, but it's good to kind of look after our soils here as much as we possibly can.
So Rose is gonna give it a little bit of a weed to this, which is a salad sowing, but we're not sure it's a very good germination at all, so she's gonna give it a bit of a weed and we'll wait another week or so just in case something pops up. Clearing these plots, we've got some fleece, some floating row cover which we'll need to pull up and store, and some blue plastic pipe that we use to support the row cover. So I'm going to go and hook up the trailer to the BCS and drive that up here, because there's quite a bit of old crop residue to come out of this plot, and that'll be great to take down to the chickens. Got a bit of a rain shower just then, so we had to duck in and do an indoor job. But now we're back out, got the BCS and trailer up here, and I'm now just gonna crop out all these beds of salads and these old beds of turnip and weeds. Just scrap it all out, take it to the hens and turn it into eggs. I had a second thought about just pulling it out by hand. Usually that's what we do because we need to sow something else in the bed after this crop, so we try and get the roots out so that there's not a huge amount of organic matter in the soil to jam up the seeder that we use or the rake, etc. But in this instance we're just going to be covering these plots with silage sheets to basically put the beds to sleep, because we don't need to use these for the rest of the season. And so I might as well just go and grab the scythe and mow down the old crop here and leave the crop residue on the bed to be slowly incorporated into the soil via the biology and life in the soil, which will feed them, and that in turn feeds the soil and hopefully give us healthier soil next year. Alright, that's the trailer filling up and the old crop scythed down to feed the soil when we cover it up with the black plastic. Rose has just been carrying on weeding this salad bed in hope that we'll get a germination. Going to put some hoops in so that she can cover it up with fleece to aid that. We've got these lettuces here which we'll probably manage to eat a couple, but they're kind of getting past their best. It's just the end of a bed that we've been cropping out. Not enough to put into a box anymore. So we'll pull a couple out for the house, but the rest we'll probably go and feed the goats with. Alright, that's one of the broad bean beds pulled out. We know that the soil is going to be relatively weed free in this bed, unlike the beds up in plot 1 that we've been cleaning up today and soon going to be covering with a silage sheet. The old broad bean stalks have been getting put in the trailer. Going to take them down to the hens and they can have a pick through and see if there's anything left to eat. And then, I'm not sure we'll do it today, but the next step will be to take out all these frames, all these supports, pull up the landscape fabric, and obviously all the work that's involved in preparing a bed for sowing salad. Really happy. Back to the garden.
Yeah, just a bit left to do.
Yeah, get the tarp on.
Yeah, get the fabric folded and labelled.
Oh yes. Alright, that's the tarp in place. Got all the weights on so it doesn't blow off in the wind. Alright, that's a good completion point. I think we should call it a day.
Yeah. Ready for a beer in the rain.
I'll go get a couple of beers. Alright. Alright folks, that was another day at Tapping Off Farm. Market Garden Day. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.